Should we still keep our PVCs? It was Bishop Godfrey Onowa of the Catholic Diocese of Nsukka who said our justice were not from Singapore. They are Nigerians and are prone to foibles and corruption associated with the Nigerian system. The bishop was only trying to prepare our minds not to expect too much from the judgment of the Presidential Election Petition Tribunal. A priest friend of mine who was pissed off with the judgment that day quipped, "With what happened in tribunal today, cut-off mark for studying law in the university should be 50." That judgment day, September 6, 2023, was supposed to be a happy one for me, being the day I turned 55. But the PPT spoilt it for me with its ruling. It was not as if some of us expected anything different, but I never emphasized that the petition of the petitioners would be bizarrely dismissed in its entirety. In arriving at their ruling, the judges relied on technicalities, which they had earlier warned against. The presiding judge, Haruna, had cautioned lawyers to avoid unnecessary technicalities in the case so that everyone would be satisfied that justice had been served. But was justice served? It depends on who is assessing the judgment and his interest. The Independent National Electoral Commission has sworn that the result of the election would be transmitted real-time into the INEC portal. It failed to do this because it needed to give room for manipulation of results that followed the presidential election. The tribunal did not see anything wrong with it because the commission is not bound by law to transmit results electronically. Electronically. Not being a lawyer, I don't want to go into the legalese of this case. My interest in it in the sustenance of our wobbling democracy. I know that many Nigerians, including me, went through to get their PVC voters card. I know that they suffered to even cast their vote on the election day. There was this particular lady who wanted a change in her country. She came to vote, but some hoodlums suspected to be working for the ruling All Progressive Congress (APC) attacked her and some others because of the perception of these voters would vote for the opposition. Being resolute and tenacious, she came back to still cast her vote after treating her wounds. Now, how will this woman and other wounded Nigerians feel with this judgment? Will they ever consider coming out again to vote? What do we do to protect our democracy gradually being tainted by bloody civilian coups? Good enough. The era of military coups appeared to be over in Nigeria. We have not also experienced constitutional coups. These types belongs to the African countries like Cameroon, Uganda, Rwanda, and Equatorial Guinea, where the president manipulates the constitutional provision on term limits to remain in power. Former President Olusegun Obasanjo almost attempted it in Nigeria. He failed woefully as attacks came from different quarters against his secret third term bid. Today, what Nigerian tends with are judicial coups. This is a situation where judges rather than voters determine who becomes our president or governor or legislator as the case may be. People who will struggle to exercise their civic duty by voting for a candidate of their choice. At the end of the day, the election is rigged and those who cheated are asked to go to court. At the court, the judges deploy legal technicalities to legitimize the rigging. This is what happened in the last presidential election held on February 25, 2023. The election was massively rigged in the favor of the ruling APC, especially in some parts of the north and in Rivers State. That of the Rivers State was so bizarre. The evidence was overwhelming. I don't need to recount them here again. It is possible that if the voters of Labour Party lost in Rivers, Plateau and Benue State, for instance, were added to its overall result, its candidates would have won the election. But the judges did not reckon with that. They knocked off the evidence of the petitioners on technical grounds. The shameless manner in which Ahmed Lawan and Godswill Akpabio came back to the Senate is also disgusting. These former and current Senate presidents, respectively, did not contest the senatorial election in their constituencies. They won and now in the red chambers making laws for us. Sorry is the name of a country where characters like these are at the helm. This is partly why the much needed judicial, political, and electoral reforms Nigerians desperately need may remain a tall dream for now. Those who profit from the loopholes in our laws will never move from any serious reforms. They will always leave a loophole they can exploit when necessary and dare you to go to court. The presidential candidates of the People's Democratic Party (PDP), Atiku Abubakar, and the Labour Party Mr. Peter Obi, have expressed their intention to approach the Supreme Court, but this will be to fulfill all righteousness. The Supreme Court, as presently constituted, will not upturn the verdict of the tribunal. This is the same water boiling in the pot. Hmm. But we shall not despair. We must continue to shout against the evil called politics in Nigeria. We must continue to demand that right things be done at all times. We must continue to push our lawmakers to look into our laws and amend nebulous provisions that have set our democracy backwards. I had wanted to destroy my useless PVC, and like many other Nigerians, have muted the idea of not coming out to vote again, so as not to put a stamp of legitimacy on the rigging. But who loses? If we despair and fail to come out, evil will continue to triumph over good. Ah, wow. Okay. Citizens of countries that are enjoying genuine democracy today did not go to sleep when they were faced with bad governance. They struggled. They fought the power that be and regained their freedom. It happened in France in the 1789, and Arab Spring was a recent phenomenon, starting from the Tunisia in 2010 and moving later to Egypt and Libya. Among others, citizens of these Arab countries revolted against their rulers who made life unbearable for them. Erstwhile, strongmen like Gaddafi of Libya and Hosni Mubarak of Egypt became the history after the revolution. Nigerians are very, very upset in this situation concerning this PPT judgment. So guys, what's your take on this? Please kindly drop your thoughts below the comment section and don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't. Thank you.